It's That Popular Podcast. Mitch Prinstein is a psychology professor at UNC Chapel Hill and the former chief science officer at the American Psychological Association. Aaron Keck is a political scientist and award-winning radio host. Together, they discuss the popular and not so popular quirks of human behavior. Welcome into That Popular Podcast. Now, here's Mitch and Aaron.
So this is our first time recording in a little while because you just got back from Spain. I just got back from a week-long Panama Canal cruise. So we've just been living the high life for the last couple of
You've been back for a while, actually, so I never heard how it went.
Oh, it went great. We had an amazing time. We sailed out of Miami. We got through the Panama Canal, which was like a super cool experience. It wasn't ever on my bucket list, but then you're doing it and it's a really cool experience, like just seeing the locks and that whole thing. And I got to knock off 4 countries that I'd never been to before. So
I would love to do that sometime. So okay, wait a minute. So I want to ask you more about the cruise, but actually I can't let this go for a second. Why? Like, it is surprising that you didn't like check in after the cruise. I'm just like, not to be weird, but like I thought I was going to hear from you before.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Now, so I was kind of like, are you okay or what's
No,
going
I'm fine.
on?
I was tired. We got back.
Okay,
The cruise is supposed to be relaxing, but you're also going to 4 different countries and you're talking with a whole bunch of people and you're meeting people and everything. So by the time you get back, and this is a typical vacation, especially when it's a week long, you get back and you want a vacation from the vacation.
Yeah. So I mean, like, we're good, right? Like, everything's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're fine. Everything's fine.
No. I know. I just, like, it's so weird because, like, usually just the cadence of how often we're texting is a little bit more frequent. So there's just like a moment where I was like, wait, is everything cool? Like, I was thinking
everything's completely cool.
How did things like end the last time we saw each other? So
I didn't even remember.
Okay.
Because it's been so long.
Good.
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No, everything's cool. So, the canal, like,
yes.
Yeah. Tell me. Yeah.
I mean, it was good. We ate, we drank, we saw locks.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No. Like, no. I mean, I'm fine. Like, I was just, I don't know. Like sometimes I think, like, you know, when we're like texting and stuff, like I'm more the person that starts the text thread to like say, hey, what's going on? Like, and I was just thinking, like, what if I'd never sent the text? Like, how long would it be until you sent a text to check in? I don't know. This is weird. I'm just saying, like, it just made me feel a little bit funny. Like, are you, like, am I the one texting more often than you are?
I don't know. I'm not good at texting, so I don't. Yeah, no, I can text more if you want me to.
No. Like, we're cool, right? Everything's fine. Like, you're not pissed off or anything.
No.
Okay. No. Yeah.
I'm sorry if it came off that way.
No. It's fine. It's all good. So yeah, I kind of get the feeling that you're saying that you're good because like you're a nice person and you're just trying to say the right thing. But I just really feel like something is off. And now I'm like, is it really good? Or are you just saying that it's good, that everything's okay?
I mean, I was good and now I feel less good. I don't.
No. I mean, look, everything's fine on my end. I just don't know why you never text me. So, I
can text you right now.
No.
I'm going to text you right now.
No,
Hi,
it's
Mitch.
fine. So
this is my obligatory.
No. Okay. Now I feel really weird, but okay.
I feel like you're doing a thing.
Okay, I'm totally doing it. So there's this thing in...
This is why Milgram got in trouble, by the way.
That's right. All right, I'm totally doing a thing. There's this thing in psychology, and it's referred to as excessive reassurance seeking. And it's this thing that happens in a lot of relationships, especially if one of the people in the relationship is feeling like a little bit insecure, a little bit down, like maybe they're stressed about something in life, and they ask for reassurance.
Right.
Is everything cool, or what's going on, or hey, I've been stewing on something a little bit, and and it's the most weird thing because when they start asking for reassurance, it very often is the case that everything is fine.
Right.
But then they doubt the reassurance that they get. Did you get the feeling that I was kind of...
Yeah. Because if you're already in that state of I need reassurance when everything is fine, then hearing that everything is fine is not going to assuage your doubt.
It's not good enough, right? It somehow is like, I hear you saying everything's fine, but I'm telling you something is stuck in my head and I can't get through it. So I'm going to ask you again and again. And like, so honestly, being on the receiving end of that, did you enjoy?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And now, like, I'm in my head because I'm actually not great about texting people. And I have several relationships with folks who are really good friends of mine, but they're the ones who always text me first. And I never feel great about that. And now I'm like, oh, I owe Sylvia a text right now.
All right. Well, we will
definitely ask if everything's okay.
We will send many texts to Sylvia after this. But like, no, but that's the thing is that the person. So the research says that the person who's asking for reassurance is kind of oblivious to the fact that this feels lousy to the person from whom reassurance is being sought. And then, and this is like so tragic, but ironically, it is the act of asking for reassurance itself that ends up making things bad. So they go in thinking something's bad. It wasn't. Everything was cool. But the process of asking for it, ironically, self-sabotages the whole relationship.
Right. Which actually makes perfect sense because if the relationship becomes like all of this like doubt and self-questioning, then it does tend to drag down the conversation a little bit, right?
Yeah. And then the person starts being like, well, I wasn't avoiding you before, but now that our interactions
is all about this
reassurance seeking and needy and, you know, like you doubting me, frankly, I'm kind of going to start avoiding you now. And then what happens, and this is like so horrible, but in the research, the person then who does the reassurance seeking is like, I knew it. Yep. See, I was right the whole time. And
so it's like, a feedback loop, right?
And it's like, no, you weren't right the whole time. You actually created the situation that made it bad. It was never bad in the first place.
There is such a fine tightrope that we constantly have to walk in order to have relationships that work, right? Yeah. Because if you are constantly reassurance seeking to the point of like falling off the deep end on the one side, then you're going to sabotage relationships that way. At the same time, in any relationship, we should be checking in with each other to make sure that everything's okay and to like be accommodating to the other person's interests and needs and desires and who they are as a person and be respectful of that. And you can't go too far into the other direction of just being neglectful or ignorant of that. So you've got to like walk that tightrope. And it's fascinating that we do.
100%. 100%. Because it's so... relationships are so ambiguous. It's not like a business relationship. Like I'm under contract for a year in this job and like these are the conditions under which the contract would end. We don't have that in our relationships that are personal. So you're constantly like, what's happening? But I think the key is the leap of faith and the trust of, well, you say things are fine. I checked in with you. Even if that doesn't feel right for me right now, I'm going to have to just buy that. Yeah. You know, and try that out.
I am thinking about, and this is not excessive reassurance seeking, but it's a relationship that kind of went awry within my family between two family members. And I was talking with, not involving me, but between the two of them. Yeah. And I was talking with one of them once and they said, you know, the real problem, and of course they were talking about the other person, but there was a problem on both sides. You know, the real problem is there's no grace in the relationship. At no point is this other person giving me the benefit of the doubt, is what they were saying. The reality is at no point are either of them giving each other the benefit of the doubt. And just that willingness to accept that things are probably okay is so important, I think.
I think that's totally related because like in this pretend situation, like let's say I really was kind of like upset about texting or whatever, which I'm totally not, whatever. But, you know, we were pretending like.
Are you? Because it feels like you are. And I mean,
No, I promise we're good. No, so. But that's the thing. Like you would say, I'm just not a texter. And then I would sit with two two independent things. One, I feel legitimately bad that you didn't text. And that's a real feeling that I'm having.
Yes.
And I have to give you the grace and believe that you're not a good texter. It's not about me. It's about you. And these two things don't fit together. It's like, wait, my real feelings make it feel like it's about me. But what you're saying is that it's about you. So I have a choice. I'm going to either lean into how bad this feels for me, which is probably going to be then asking you again and again and again to assuage my concerns, or I'm just going to have to take the leap of faith and say, all right, I guess it's about you. I'm going to let it go.
Right.
And let's see what the next couple weeks look like. And then if I have more signals and signs that there's something going on, then all right. But maybe, in fact, it is not my thing and I can just let it go. And that's the thing. We have to do like 1,000 of those at a time in a relationship where we're just taking that leap of faith, putting aside like something feels funny, but I'm willing to listen. And look, let's face it, some relationships suck. And at some point you're like, yeah, the evidence is incontrovertible at this point. Like,
right.
Like this is not going well.
And the evidence can be incontrovertible in multiple ways. Like it can be me not texting you because I don't like you.
Right.
And that's bad. Or it can be me not texting you because I'm just not the sort of person that texts. But if you're the sort of person who like needs that back and forth, like needs the relationship to be a two-way street, and you start feeling bad about the fact that the relationship is always a one-way street, even if I'm not doing that to be malicious or negative towards you specifically, I'm still not meeting your needs in the relationship.
It just may not be a fit. It just may be like, so have you ever had a relationship where somebody is a bit the more needy of the two and you feel a little bit like, oh, okay. I feel like I'm constantly having
I am right now in my head trying to think of a relationship that was not like that.
Oh my God.
Because there's always that slight imbalance, right? Like there's always people who, and it might be different people at different times. Like I need more from you now, you need more from you later. But yeah, I can think of lots of relationships like that. I mean, I don't know what that says about me.
I can think of some relationships, whether like friendships, romantic, whatever, you know, where there's a perpetual imbalance, but then also some where it's a really nice, like, we're going to take turns.
Yes.
Like I'm in a situation right now, this hang is going to be about me today, but like next week, let's hang out again and let's make it all about you. Like, but sometimes also the relationship could work if it's like, you know, here's someone that loves to dispense advice and support, and here's someone who constantly needs advice and support, and that works for them. That's okay.
Yep.
I think it is a delicate tightrope.
Yeah. And you have to constantly be checking in with yourself as well as the other person.
100% with yourself.
I've got a couple of those relationships now where like I feel like I'm giving more than I'm receiving and I'm okay with that. But if it ever comes to, and I always feel bad. I always feel a lot better about being in those relationships versus being someone who receives more than they give, because I'm also in a couple of those and I always feel a little bit like I'm not holding up my end of the deal.
I know what you mean. I feel like I'm a different person in different relationships.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, I'm the needy one in this relationship versus I am the constant, like calm, everything is balanced. I have wonderful sage wisdom to offer. Like, you know, and I'm like, how am I the same person? But the relationship like somehow brings out the different sides of me. But I think, but I do think in the situations where I'm the needy one, I'm always looking for opportunities to go above and beyond, like, and think like, oh, here's a time when you're in need. I'm going to really try and over reciprocate because like, I know that this is where a relationship can sometimes be unbalanced, you know?
So in so far as that's the case, and that's often the case with like lots of relationships, and we're different at different times with different people, how do you overcome that and maintain like a long-term positive relationship? Is it more than just giving each other grace? There's got to be something more to it than that. I
mean, I think that, you know, we're not trained at any point in our lives to talk about our feelings. And some of us come from backgrounds where we are very much taught to not talk about our feelings. I come from a Jewish family. If you don't talk about your feelings 24 hours a day, something's wrong with you. So, so I'm very comfortable with that. But there are a lot of people who are not. So I think that it's almost like having to work out the muscle of being like, hey, I'm having feelings right now. Like, wait a minute, something like just I'm waving a little flag here. Like, I'm having a feeling. I don't even know what it is yet, but like, just to kind of get in the habit of wait, something is feeling irritating. Like, I don't know where this is coming from. And you're kind of pissing me off right now a little bit. Like, or, or when you do that, psychologists always talk about, ABC. When you do A in situation B, it makes me feel C. So you never want to say like, you suck in general, like, and you're horrible. But like, when you keep asking me whether we're good, even though I've told you 3 times today and texted you about how good we are, it kind of starts pissing me off. Like, you're actually making me now feel like you don't trust me.
Right.
And you're creating a dynamic that I don't even know if you realize you're creating. Like, but that's the thing. Like, that's the way I would say it. And that's way too psychology. Like, I think we got to figure out for ourselves, like, what's the way of being like, hey, I need a break. Or, hey, that's pissing me off for a second. Like, let me just give me 5 seconds. Like, but I just think the world would be a better place if we were all good at being like, hey, I'm having a feeling.
Yeah. Okay. That said, people and this is me as an outsider talking to you as an insider, people who are in the field of psychology are trained in that. And they're trained in not just being willing and able to express emotions and feelings, but in how to do it in the most effective and proper way.
Yeah.
Are psychologists better at maintaining friendships and relationships than other people?
That's a good question. I actually don't know if there's research on that, but I know that psychologists have, as a rule, we tend to have a lot of conversations processing the relationship in the relationships that we're in, because it's like an auto mechanic. If you hear a clinking sound in a car driving by you, you're like immediately able to say, oh, I think their radiator has a problem. Actually, I have no idea if that would make a clinking sound. I'm just like, I can diagnose what's going on. It's the same
like a
thing.
bad muffler, for instance.
Yeah,
that's an obvious
we can
one.
see things in relationships and be like, oh, I would have checked in on that, or I would have said that differently. Like, friends all the time will tell me like, oh, I was having this fight with someone, blah, blah, blah. And I said this, and I'm like, ooh, did you say it that way? I'm like, I get where you were coming from, but maybe that wasn't quite the way to say it. I bet they responded that way. They did. Oh my God. Like, so it's the same thing. You just diagnose and hear the little sounds and signals of like, uh-oh.
Yeah. I also know from the friends that I have who have gone into psychology, so many people go, and like, it's not just them as individuals, but they'll tell me about just like the field in general.
Sure.
People go into psychology when they, like, oftentimes when they are kind of in their own heads about their own personal psychology.
Yeah.
So
we call that me search, when you do research on yourself, essentially, and your own stuff. So a lot of people will, if you talk with them long enough, you figure out that the thing that they study, they had some sort of a connection to, but I think that's a great thing. I think that, we need both the scientific and the lived experience to figure out how these things happen. And as someone that studies relationships, I've had them all, really good, really bad, like everything. And it's fascinating to me because it all comes down to like these little interactions, like the 5 minutes of us talking at the beginning of this, where it seems innocent and fine enough. Like, hey, I felt bad that I didn't hear from you after your trip, let's pretend.
Right.
And somehow in asking you whether everything is okay, I screwed the whole thing up, and probably you would never text again after that interaction.
Oh, I would text you 147
oh my God,
times.
but it would just, but with
I would
resentment.
overcompensate so hard.
But like probably with like annoyance and resentment, because and then it's like a festering thing. But we do that stuff all the time. We self-sabotage. And that's one of the ways, excessive reassurance.
So what is, and we got to start wrapping up, what is an example of pulling yourself out of self-sabotage? Like, you're in a negative relationship. What's a way to get out of it? What's an example?
I mean, a lot of times what's going on is that you've got your own mood state, and it's kind of casting a shadow over the way that you're thinking about the past, the way you're thinking about the future. There's remarkable ways in which, like, if you're feeling down, it's like a filter. You can't even think about positive instances in which, let's say, you have texted, just to go with that example, like you have texted wonderful, greetings and hello and catch up, but I can't even think of it because I'm just like in a down mood and I'm feeling down on myself. So I do think that there's an element of like, wait, don't act based on how you're feeling right now. Like, try to wait a little bit and then think about it again when you're in a different state of mind. And I bet that in at least 50% of the time, you'll be like, no, it's not the way that I was thinking. I was just in that I can only see it the bad way. One of those moments.
Hey, Mitch, good to have seen you today. Attached are 400 photos of me in canal. See you soon.
Now I have to look at 400 photos. He's so needy. Oh, my God.
This has been That Popular Podcast. Find all our episodes on thatpopularpodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts.